Tips, and today we're going to go over everything you need to know about ankle injuries from start to finish and how you can prevent these injuries in the future. The first thing you need to know is that I got into this probably because the first really serious injury I had was I fell off an above ground pool. I rolled my ankle. It turned out to be a grade 3 sprain, and ever since then I've had ankle injuries on that foot, ankle injuries on the other foot, shin splints, knee pains, back injuries. Now, it may not all be related, but I know that some of it goes back to that first ankle injury, and I wish I had had a little better rehab on it. Now, there's not, sometimes you have permanent damage, but what you want is the best treatment from day one as soon as you get that ankle injury. So let's break this down real quick. There's 3 types of ankle injuries. Now, you can roll it, so that's common ankle sprain. You roll, you've got pain on the outside. And that's your anterior talofibular ligament, the ATFL. And that's the most common that you'll get. Most of you probably have injured this at some point or the other, and a lot of you are able to walk it off, which is awesome. The other type is called a high ankle sprain, and that's actually between the 2 shin bones. You twist the ankle so much that it separates those bones apart, and it tears up some of that ligament that holds that together. But that's called a high ankle sprain. The third type is an eversion, that's when your ankle twists to the inside. This happens when you kick something or someone lands on your heel in football, and that hurts on the inside of your ankle. That's less common, but it's equally as painful, so we've got to go over it. Now, once you know those 3 types, you can follow the same formula to treat it. Whatever your injury is, you're going to follow the same 4-step formula that I learned in grad school, and that's you treat the symptoms, you treat mobility, you increase local stability, and then you develop functional ability. So yeah, I'm just going to break it down. I know I've been speaking fast right now, but I'll slow down a little bit so that you can really take in all of the different rehab techniques that I'm about to show you. So first things first, I'm going to change the camera angle down here so you can see my ankle. That should work. Now, when you do a grade 1, an ATFL sprain, you're spraining the ligaments right in here on the outside of the ankle, and you often get a bunch of swelling all around here, and swelling and pain go hand in hand. You really want to get rid of both of those at the same time, because pain causes swelling and swelling causes pain. Now, what you want to do is you're going to massage kind of right out of here. This is where the veins go to the back of the leg. So you can take your thumb, you can massage that right, all that swelling right out of there. The second thing that you're going to do is you can use sports tape. Now, I just happened to cut a little bit of sports tape to show you how to use it. Grab that right here. Now, there's various different types of sports tape. You can use kinesio tape. I like Perform-Tex. There's rock tape. There's lots of cool ones. You can use something like this, a pre-tape. You shake it up, spray it on. That's going to help it stick in a game or something. And to apply sports tape to this side of the ankle or the other side of the ankle, what you really want to do to get rid of the swelling is you cut a piece like this, rounded corners, not too big, whatever you want to use. And then what you're going to do is you're going to apply it. Let's say I'm swollen in this area. Apply it down here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this tape all off, and I'm going to point my ankle down and stretch that skin out as far as I can, and then place this right up along here. Not the best application, it's kind of hard to do on yourself, but that's okay. Rub it in, it's heat activated adhesive. Rub out all those little spots in there. And when you straighten your leg, it bunches up the skin, and that's going to help get some of that swelling right out of there. So I like this stuff. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Whatever works for you. Secondly, you're going to use some sort of, when you don't have this tape on, you can use some sort of cream like Thompson or what do you call it, Arnica. They're just anti-inflammatory creams. You can use anti-inflammatory drugs, but I'm just never really a big fan of those. You know, I don't like putting weird chemicals in my body. All right, moving on. That's how you treat the symptoms. As soon as the symptoms start going down, you know, you're going to start feeling better after a couple days, and you can get right into mobility and stability. So, for mobility is important. It's probably the most important part. When you're treating mobility, you're trying to increase the amount of movement you have, and if you have any limitations in movement, it's going to cause more pain and produce more swelling. So that's why mobility is really important. It's kind of how you once the symptoms go down, it's how you keep them down. The best way to do this is going to be friction massage, actually. So when you tear a ligament or sprain a ligament, some of that ligament stays permanently. It kind of scars over, and you know, whichever ligament you are working with, whether you're working with these ones under here or in the back up here, or if you're working with these interior ones, you're going to find that ligament that's really painful. And I know this is going to sound counterintuitive, but let's say I'm working with this ligament right here, and I'm actually going to take my thumbs and just grind it out and try to smooth out that scar tissue just like that. I know it's kind of gross, but that's going to go a long way towards making that ligament glide better and decrease pain. Secondly, you can take a foam roll or one of those massage sticks, and you're going to roll out your calves. The calves are really important. You've got to keep good calf flexibility. That's the back of your lower leg. Thirdly, you can do some light stretches. You can stand on a stairs and just let your heel drop so that your calves stay nice and loose. And lastly, you can do some anterior posterior mobilizations. If you have any experience with mobilizations, you're basically just taking your ankle. I'll try to demo this one. It's a little hard to do by myself, but you're taking your ankle and pushing your ankle back and your shin bones forward. And you know, you can find some way to do that. I'll do another video later on showing how to do mobilizations with a partner if you've got a friend who can help you out with that kind of stuff. It's great. All right, moving on. All right, so part 3. For part 3, we got stability. Stability is just redeveloping the local strength of the muscles around the ankle. And for reasons I don't want to get into right now, you're going to want to do both sides, right and left, just so that you can prevent injuries in the future for both ankles. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to do circles with your ankle, going around both directions. You know, maybe do 30 of them, however, until you feel loose. You can draw the alphabet with your ankle, you know, A, B, C. All of this just builds that coordination and proprioception that you need to have a good solid ankle. The best thing that you can do for it is do single leg balancing. You can balance on the ground, you can do barefoot, you can close your eyes, you can stand on a pillow. There's a lot of different options. You can play catch with a wall, but definitely do something like that every single day. And lastly, doing some toe raises, you know, up and down on your toes. Start with both feet, build up till you can do it with just on that injured ankle, and that'll go a long way towards increasing the strength. All right, that's pretty much it for ankle stability. There's a lot of other things you can do, but those are the ones I do most common with my athletes. Lastly, function. As soon as you're pretty pain-free, now you don't have to be completely pain-free to get back into exercise with an ankle injury. In fact, it's better sometimes to go right into it and not wait. But you do have to be able to perform these without limping. If you're limping, that's your body telling you, hold back a little bit. So, functional exercise is going to be squats, lunges, hopping, ladders. You can start running forward and backwards, all of these kind of things. As soon as you can do these with no pain, no limp, that's awesome. Start sprinting, start doing exercises that are related to your sport, and you'll be back into it. Hopefully, this process takes a week, and you should keep doing these things after a week. I would keep doing these regularly for at least a month. Even if you feel 100%, you know, it actually can take up to 6 months or a year before an ankle ligament is fully re-healed, and some of that will never come back. But you know, you want to be the best shape that you can be in. I know I spoke fast. That's kind of how I am. I just love giving you guys lots of information. So if you have any questions or comments, post them down below. I have linked as many things as I can to this. Most importantly, I've got my quick fix products, which are basically checklists. You know, everything I just went over in this video, it's in a downloadable format. You know, you can buy it on my website. Just makes your life easier. That's all I'm here to do. They're pretty awesome. It also helps support me so that I can, you know, live my life and make cooler products and help more people. Lastly, go ahead and sign up for my website. Get some tips, get some promotions, get some products cheaper. I hope to do some webinars with some big fitness websites, and you know, you'll get instant access to those things. So a lot of cool stuff coming down the line. And lastly, share. You know, I make these videos. Maybe you're injured, maybe you're not, but the more that these videos get out there and get shared, the more likely that they're going to reach the people who really need them. So I know it doesn't seem like it does a lot to just click share, but it really helps me, and if someone's got a sprained ankle, this is really going to help them. So that sums up ankle injuries. I hope to see you. Again, I'm JT the Injury Guy from sportsmed.tips. Catch you later.